I'm here with Tyler Rupert, and he just won our local man tournament, and we're going to do a deck profile of it. What were you playing today, Rupert?
Kozmos, as always.
Alright, let's get this started.
Good in the middle of the camera.
Yeah.
Alright, 2 Effect Veiler. Playing a lot of hand traps this format because Twin Twister basically makes actual back row dead, as I learned in game 1 of the final round.
Alright, very understandable.
So,
you feel like Effect Veiler is pretty decent in this format?
It's really good right now because Monarchs.
Okay.
Normal summon a Dia, drop the Veiler, they pretty much can't do anything.
I got you.
So, also now that Performapal, like Pepe, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty much Draco and Pals now. Only has 1 Joker. If you can drop this on their Joker, it's pretty devastating, honestly. 2 Ghost Ogre. This is in here, just in case I do get, like, the Pepe or Magician players, you know, even though Monarchs and Kozmo have kind of taken over at the moment. But it's also in there as an E-Telly target for Synchros. And the obvious have to play 3 Dark Destroyer. Best card in the deck, by far. 1 Dark Eclipser.
Why Dark Eclipser? Do you like it in here?
Honestly, it's just in here so that when I do my first tin can search, I can reveal 3 ships that can't be targeted to make my opponent work a little bit more.
Okay.
2 Farm Girl.
Only 2?
Yeah, Farm Girl's not needed as much now that Tin Can is out.
Okay, alright.
2 Forerunner, just because I like to be able to float into this off of my destroyers. I know a lot of people went to 1, but I really like being able to have 2 to go into instead of like having to drop down from a destroyer into a Slip Rider. It's a lot easier for them to get over than a Forerunner is.
Yeah.
1 Good Witch, just in case for the Kozmo Mirror. 3 Slip Rider, because removal is always good, popping back row or scales. 1 Strawman, just because every once in a while he's really good for the OTK or bringing back a banished Kozmo. And 3 Tin Can.
Now, how good is this card actually?
It's pretty good. I like it because it knocks 3 cards out of your deck at once to deck thin. You pretty much, you know what I mean? It assures better draws later.
But do you think it's good, or do you think it's earned the name Trash Can?
I think it's better than being called Trash Can.
Okay, alright.
This build is, in my opinion, I mean, I was playing Kozmo Artifacts to deal with Pepe, but now that Pepe is gone, I can pretty much switch to hand traps and run Tin Can with Call of the Haunted. Which I'll get into why I'm running Call of the Haunted at 3 and another reason other than Tin Can. 2 Wicked Witch, since the Kozmo Mirror is going to be a lot more now.
Okay.
This card wins the Kozmo Mirror. The Kozmo Mirror is basically who can keep this on the field the longest. And 2 Maxi. That's it for the monsters. Get these all together here. Not running very many spells. Triple E-Telly. Obvious. Standard. Yeah. Triple Kozmo Town. Also standard.
Yep.
And just 1 Raigeki.
That's it for the spells?
Yeah.
Alright.
Very many spells. Alright, so for traps we have 2 Cosmojo.
Alright, and how does this card do?
It's alright. I mean, it pulls off some pretty explosive plays. Just back in Kozmo Artifact, this was much better in Artifact Kozmo, because you could pop your Destroyer, banish something on their field, and then summon a Slip Rider to pop your own Scythe. Makes your card advantage a lot better. You basically neg them 1 to get a plus to put 2 cards on your field. I guess 1 extra.
How do you like it in this deck?
It's not as good, honestly. I mean, it's alright. Being able to banish Monarch's stuff in Graveyard helps. Banishing without targeting is pretty good too, though. Like, this dominates the Kozmo Mirror.
You can and then it just lets you float down.
Yeah, you float down and you banish your opponent's ship, and they're left with nothing. Oh yeah, I guess I'll just... 3 Call of the Haunted. Like I said, I'm playing this for Tin Can, but I'm also playing this because Monarchs are a thing right now.
Okay.
Stormforth.
Yeah.
Tribute away your Dark Destroyer. They attack you, you flip Call of the Haunted, bring Destroyer back, and pop their monster. Another reason is a lot of... I played a Pepe player, and he Gamma Sealed my Destroyer, thinking he had over it, and on the end phase, I just flipped Call of the Haunted, summoned the Destroyer back, and he scooped.
Savage.
3 Solemn Strike. Kozmos, almost in a way, kind of need this card to keep up in this format. Not as much now that Pepe is gone. When Pepe was the biggest thing, you needed to play Striker. Kozmos just weren't going to keep up. Now it just helps a lot more in the Monarch matchup. And then one warning because
yeah, basically just a
warning is
fourth strike.
Warning is just too good. Warning's even better, honestly, because you can hit a normal summon.
All right, we're gonna do the extra deck or side deck first.
Side deck. One Cyber Dragon.
For the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 2 core. 1 Dark Hole. Sided just so I can put it in for extra removal for Majesty's Vanities.
Yeah.
3 Twin Twister. This card is just too good.
Yeah.
Just so strong.
That can even synergize with your Call the Haunteds too.
Yep.
Alright, that's pretty cool.
3 Anti-Spell because pendulums are still running around, and I still hate pendulums. And I know Luster's at 1, but Ignister is still a thing. 3 Massacre Strict for Monarch. It's killing me inside. That's not a 3rd Ultra. But, that's another thing. Like, Twin Twister makes your side deck floodgates just useless. I played a Monarch player in game 2. I set 2 Massacre Strict, a Kozmo, and a Solemn Strike with a Wicked Witch on field. I flipped this on a standby phase. He double Pantheismed, because that's fair. Activated the Twin Twister, knocked this one out, so I flipped the other one, and he dropped the second Twin Twister he drew off of the Pantheisms, efficiently removing all 4 of my back row. By discarding spells he could use Engrave.
Yeah.
Last but not least, 2 Stygian Dirge, because BA is a thing again, and I still hate Ignister. Yeah, this makes... Pepe already has a hard time playing this format, so you flip this on them and it's like they really can't play.
Alright.
Because they can't make their Ignister or any rank 4s. Extra deck, which in Cosmos is basically just fluff. 2 Fortress for the mirror, obviously. 1 Scarlight, because this card's just so good. You know, Ghost Ogre with a Slip Rider. 1 Black Rose, because we don't have Exciton anymore. Thanks, Konami. 1 Gaia Dragon, just for putting on top of rank 5s and whatnot.
Okay.
1 Big Eye, just because this card's too good. If I have an opportunity to play Big Eye, I always do. It's always my go-to rank 7.
Okay.
1 Infinity. 1 Pleiades. 1 Durandal. Volcasaurus. Nova for Infinity.
And then you're still able, like, this deck can still make Infinity without Ptolemaeus.
Yes.
Because you just...
2 Slip Riders for a Nova.
Alright, cool.
I did it in 1 game today, but it was met with an easy out, so... But it was my only play at the time, so... 1 Heartland Draco, just to go for game. 1 Castell, because it's Castell. 1 Cowboy to go for game, and then Dweller.
Alright. Anything you would change to the main deck, side, or extra?
In the side deck, the Stygian Dirges are supposed to be system downs, but I haven't got a hold of them yet.
And what would system down before the
Cosmo
mirror? Alright, cool.
Especially since system down actually works a lot better than people think right now. I mean, I know some people caught onto this, but people play Tin Can Turbo. Some people have actually cut down to 2 Cosmo Town on their main deck.
Really?
Instead, to try to play the graveyard more. And, you know, they load their ships up in the graveyard, and then you system down them, and they lose all their targets for Call the Haunted.
Okay.
On top of removing the ships from their field without targeting.
Now that Pepe is kind of out of the mix, would you bump Good Witch up at all? Or just keep her at 1?
No, I actually, before Pepe was raped, I was playing 2 Good Witch and 1 Wicked Witch, reverse of what I have now. And the reason for that was just to out Infinity.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, you know, before it was normal summon Good Witch, pay 500 to book. It's like, well, if they don't negate it, it's just gonna die anyway.
Exactly.
So of course they would have to negate it, and you just chain and summon a ship. Usually, you know, summon a ship, and Infinity's gone.
All right. Any final thoughts?
System down. I've been debating it. I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking about cutting Ghost Ogre out. Just to put in 1 more Veiler and Max C to try to deal with Monarchs a little bit better.
Okay.
Because there's been times I've drawn... I mean, it happened tonight where it's like I draw a Ghost Ogre against Monarchs when I would need a Veiler. And it just kind of sits there and I look at it and I'm like, why are you not a Veiler?
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, it did pretty well. I think I bricked like once against Magicians. When I bricked game 2 against Magicians, but I sacked into a Raigeki, so...
Alright, nice.
Came back.
Always those cheap wins.
Oh yeah, you know, that's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Alright, thank you again, Tyler Rupert.
Yep.
And I hope to see you around more often.